Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me Max, and today we are going to do something fun and something I haven't seen anyone in YouTube do this. So let's do it. It's that we are going to go through my past exam scores. So a lot of people would say that yeah, physical therapy is hard and the exams are very outrageously difficult. And when I was in high school, I didn't quite believe that because I thought that, oh, you just have to study and then you're gonna do well in the exam. I was wrong, because even though you study so much, you're still gonna fail. So today we are going to go through my most memorable exams, and my scores will give you a glimpse of just how difficult the exams are. So let's get into the video. Okay, let's start with neuro na lang because it's the first one that I saw. So over 100 items, my score for neuroanatomy. This is the first, September 20, 2019. Over 100 points, I got 42. Do you see that? 42! I was devastated when this paper was returned because I thought that wala na, this is it. I am gonna fail. This is gonna be this was gonna be a picture of how I would perform for the whole semester for neuroanatomy. And I remember not enjoying studying neuroanatomy. It was hard for me to memorize the brain. I don't know why, but I really didn't like studying neuro. So this one just disappointed me all the more, and I felt really bad when I saw this score. It was one of our first major exams, man. And then I think no one passed that first exam, and we were all sad. But I was really sad about my performance. I don't really care so much about other students' performance, but on my part, I was really sad and disappointed at myself because of this. 42 out of 100. Wa man lang ko naka-half. Wa man lang ko naka-half. Okay, I found it. I found my first gross anatomy test result. And the first chapter that we tackled was head and neck. And I remember not finishing the reading material. So I think I got to cover most of the other stuff, like the skeletal part, the connective tissue. I got that part. Even like the blood vessels, I got it quite okay. But when it came to the muscles, I wasn't able to finish reading the muscles. And at the last part of the exam, it was identification of the muscles of the hyoid, or like what are the muscles attached to the hyoid bone. And I remember freaking out during the exam because I wasn't able to study that part. So I just had to make my own muscles, diba? Matod pa ni sir, daghan daw kay mig new muscles nga na-find out. Kaya nag-buot-buot na lang ni. So my score out of 50 items is I got 30 over 50. 30 over 50. Which was, at the time, it wasn't so bad because again, no one passed this exam and we were all devastated about it. But I felt kind of happy na, okay, I got 20 mistakes, and if I had just read completely, then I probably would have gotten a higher score. There's one thing I realized, guys. If you feel confident while taking the exam, something is fishy, because you're supposed to feel really bad during the exams. And at this exam, I was like, oh yeah, this is easy, I can do it. And then when I received the test results, I ended up with a very, very bad failure. So out of 35 items, my score is 12 over 35. Oh my gosh! I remember good, nigkaon ko ani og kanang crunchy chicken rice dito sa my parkway. And then I really was talking about how bad I felt. But then it wasn't so bad because I was with my friends. Pero I think out of my friend group, I was really kolelat ani nga exam. This was on the back and spine. My gosh, I felt really bad about myself. When you look at the exam, it's like 12 out of 35. Yeah, you could have done better. I didn't get a few numbers, or I didn't get a lot of numbers. But when you think about it in the clinical setting, I fear for the things that I don't know that might be very important to the case of the patient. And then moto atong nga day, I just felt really reminded that Max, you are studying, you know, about the human body. It will greatly affect someone's life, what you know or what you don't know. So that was a very humbling experience, that 12 out of 35. Since then, I really took to heart, or at least I try to take to heart everything that I study, because it's really hard. I have a little bit of a highlight here. So I remember taking a different exam because I missed the exam because of an emergency. And so I studied harder for that exam because I realized and I knew that I would have a harder exam. And I passed it. Yay! Look, I think that I was so happy. This was my first pass of the semester, and it was patient care. 38 out of 50. 38 out of 50. That was my first passing. It was for vital signs and approaches to infection control. I know it looks easy now in hindsight, but ato nga tayo manggod when you're busy studying for 5 exams. Luoy kay mo brain yun. So I was really happy about this one. 38 out of 50. I was very, very like murag I remember jumping up and down and telling my friends na nagabazar na gigo, because people did pass on the exam. So it just felt good to be part of the people who passed. This is a very special exam because I remember taking the exam at the rehab center of the hospital, and the one who was my proctor, or basta I remember taking this exam was so special kay it was the first time that we studied modalities. So I remember studying for IPC, for tilt table, and for lumbar and cervical traction. So it was the first time that we would be manipulating these modalities in a clinical setting. So I was praying that I wouldn't get traction, because then if traction ang imuhang nakuha, you would have to go to the hospital and perform there. And you know, a part of me was really scared because then your patients would be the interns. And you know, there are some interns that you know, or some interns that you are friends with, and you kind of get shy. So I was really praying for intermittent pneumatic compression or the tilt table, because then I would be, you know, handling my classmates, which isn't so bad. But lo and behold, I got the lumbar traction, and I was really scared to manipulate the traction because you have to calculate, manggod. You have to calculate the weight, you have to calculate the pull, and I was not ready for it. And then when I went inside the rehab center, my teacher told me that my proctor would be the head PT, or the chief PT of the rehab center. And I was shaking. I was visibly shaking. I was so scared. Of course, I wanted to impress my teacher and the proctor and the intern. and I was just so scared for my life. And I remember that the chief PT was asking a lot of questions, and she was asking in a tone that was very scary. And she would be like, "What's your rationale? Ngani nga naman ang ngana? What happens if ngani ngani? Unsa man ang rationale?" I was really scared, but thankfully I was able to answer all her questions. And during the feedback, she said, "It's a good thing that you were not scared or intimidated by me, because I was really trying to be intimidating." And then I told her, "Miss, I was scared for my life, but I had to fake it." And then she said, "Oh, that's really good. You were able to handle the situation well." And my score for that practicals was dun, 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 dun. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? 90 over 100. 90 over 100. It felt so good to have a line of 9 and good feedback from the chief PT. So I really gave myself credit here. I remember treating myself to Jollibee after this exams because I was really happy. And that really motivated me to do my best in all the other practicals and all the other exams, because feels good to perform well. So yeah, sometimes you just have to get a good push or a good reminder that you're doing well, and you need some affirmation and validation, I would say. So coming into the second sem, I really wanted to stock on pasar para, I feel good about myself. So let's go through my first pasar. In the second sem, it was for kinesiology. Our teacher who lectured the topic, she was very, very good. She was very, very active and visual and very engaging. So I remember really, really enjoying studying it and taking notes on that subject. And my first pasar sa kines, actually my only pasar sa kines, pero at least na ay pasar, is this one, 26 over 30. So I only got 4 mistakes, which I was really happy with, but more than really the score, it's just I'm happy ba nga I learned something enough nga I was able to read through some of the trick questions. I was able to explain properly the concepts. Yeah, I was just really, really happy about this 26 over 30. So I already crossed out my goal, diba, to have a pasar in each of the super major subjects. But guys, usahay ra na nga kana makakuha ka og taas, because in the second exam for kines, I got, this is really embarrassing, 25 over 60. 25 over 60. That is very low. Very, very low. And I remember, I don't know if you can read it, pero while taking the exam, I just knew na I would fail terribly. So in one of the essay questions, I don't know if you can read it, but I put there, "Miss, I will make bawi. Hoo, so sorry." And then the instructor replied, "Hoo, I really hope so." I really knew that I was gonna fail, so I just really put in the essay, "Miss, sorry." But it's okay. I enjoyed kines as a whole. I really learned still a lot of things. I also got a pasar for this one. I am so happy about my pasar. It's I remember this was on balance and coordination, I think. I forgot the topic, but I got, ta-da! I got 23. 23 over 30. Which is a pasar. Even though like super kapyut lang. Basta pasar, you will really appreciate it. You will really appreciate it. You know, you have your ups, you have your downs. Just work hard every single time. You really just have to work hard and not mind whatever failures you will have, because you will fail again. The important thing is you're gonna keep trying, you're gonna keep learning. Yeah, that's it. I found my pasar. So the passing is 33.5 and I got 34.5. So another kapyot, but at least a pasar. And I was very happy about this. I mean, look, it feels so good to see a lot of check marks. Yeah, I was very happy about this. Exercise science was a subject that I enjoyed studying. Well, it's so fun to learn about, you know, practical applications. And the theory behind it also. Very fun, very interesting. That's why I enjoyed it. As you can see, it's not so, like, dili ko siya ingana bitaw kada ko, pero to experience a pasar feels really, really good. Okay, so that is it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed and you had fun, and you know, you can tease me about my scores already because I know that they're low, but what I wanted to share with you guys through this video is that you know, test results or like scores, they don't really measure your intelligence. They just measure your performance, and your performance has a lot of factors that contribute to it, and it's not just based on your pure intellect. There are so many factors like your mental health, your emotions during that day. Was there anything that was bothering you at that time of the exam? So it really doesn't measure nga murag, if agbong ka pugo ka, if agbong ka you're not fit to be a PT. No, it's really not that. It's just a measure of how well you performed specifically on that day. But from all my hagbongs, guys, I learned so much more, and I learned a lot more, dude. And sometimes during questioning, now that I'm in my third year, I really look back at my second year and I look back on all my mistakes and I remember them. So in hindsight, it seems like I learned so much more than I feel like I lost. So ana lang, if you are a PT student and if you are experiencing a lot of hagbongs, I think we've all been there, and just like me or just like all the other graduates, we are going to get through that, and you just have to keep believing in yourself. Don't doubt yourself. Trust in what you know and trust in what you have studied. So, muna, just keep studying, keep fighting. I know it's hard. I think second year, very, very hard, good. But, you know, you'll get through it. Just a little bit of diligence, just a little bit of discipline, and a whole lot of prayers and heart, good. You have to be passionate about what you're studying, and you have to have faith, of course, in God and ask Him for help. Because, guys, if wala si God, wala na sa siguro ko. I would have been wala na yun. So I'm very thankful na God got me through it, and I know that if you keep praying, God will also guide you through it, no matter where you are. So that's it. If you enjoyed this video, please do click the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Again, that's it for this video. If you like this one, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below if you are struggling with your scores too, or if you have graduated already. Tell me how it was and tell me some tips to study even more. And do subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!